If you're a 3-time national champion, of course you're going to get a video review series with me. Now, Brandon, my claim to fame is I'm a 3-time cornhole champion at my family's family reunion. What do you know about being a 3-time champion?
I'm a 3-time national champion in the NAIA for Lindsey Wilson 2019, 20, and 21.
Now, I said cornhole. Were you a cornhole champion, or
No, wrestling.
Of course. What am I thinking? Right, 3-time national NAIA champion for Lindsey Wilson. So I have to ask, and we'll get to your high school career in a minute. But how does Brandon Reed find wrestling?
I was trying to play football, and I basically got told that I was never going to start on the football team. And then the defensive coordinator kind of overheard the conversation and was like, "Hey man, I'm the head wrestling coach. We'll help you lose some weight, help you get in shape. Football's probably not going to work out because the head coach doesn't like you. So hey, just come to the wrestling room tomorrow. We start conditioning." And I went to the wrestling room, and it was really fun. I loved it, and that's all she wrote really from there.
Rest is history, right?
Rest is history.
Now, was you a freshman when
I was a freshman in high school.
Freshman in high school. So, football coach says this, you go to wrestling, first day of practice, you comes around, what are you thinking? That I found what I'm meant to do?
Yeah, I was mostly excited because I was a freshman and I didn't have any friends. So it was like, there was like 8 or 9 guys in there, and I was like, oh, here's friends.
Well, yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah, and so it was like my first big chance to be in a social group, and so it was really hard. We ran stairs and stuff, like most wrestling teams do, like just a ton of conditioning that first day, and it sucked, of course, but I saw that I was losing weight, which was a big goal, and then I was also getting friends, so I was like, it's worth it. Like I've done harder things than this before, so
So that would have been what, the 2014?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's kind of talk about your high school career a little bit. 2015, you're a sophomore. Now, you make it to the state finals. You come up a little bit short, but there's no shame in coming up short to this guy. You lose to some guy named Austin Myers. Maybe you've heard of him, 4-time state champion. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Also that year, Austin wins most outstanding wrestler from Campbell County. So kind of walk us through, as a sophomore, you're in the finals against this, mythical, Leviathan type creature named Austin Myers. Make it to the finals. What are you thinking about? What was success? Was you looking at winning it? Just kind of walk us through about having to wrestle Austin.
I didn't believe I was in the finals. I was like, how did I even get here? I ended up beating some guy who was better than me. I measured him. I don't know how I beat him, but I just did. I got it done. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna get second place. And it was because it was my first full calendar year of wrestling up to that point, and I was like, realistic. I was like, okay, I'll try to go out there and beat him, but like, I knew, like, I was like, whatever. So my goal was to go out there, try to beat him. But I knew that like I was behind the curve technically in every possible way at the time. And,
I said, there's no shame in coming up short to Austin.
No.
End up with a 15-4 major decision. Austin went on to wrestle at West Virginia University, and I think he ended his career at Missouri.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that's what I thought. Now, 2016, you're a junior. Track wrestling has your record at 38-1.
Correct.
220 pounds. You come in third place. You pin Colby Culver from Callaway County. So that, your freshman year, I don't think you placed, did you?
No.
Okay.
No. I didn't even qualify.
Okay, well, then 2015, state runner-up, 2016. So 3 years in, you've been in the finals, or you placed, made an all-state twice. Had any colleges reached out to you?
Campbellsville University reached out to me. That was about it.
Okay.
At that time.
Just now, 2017, you don't get a wrestle. We won't go into that, but you didn't get to compete your senior season. As a senior, did anybody reach out to you?
Yes, because I actually went on to place at Fargo.
Okay.
Right after, so.
And that was my next topic. Go ahead, tell us about Fargo then.
Yeah, so I couldn't wrestle, so I actually hit up Coach Knable. You guys
Isaac.
Yeah,
Shout out Isaac.
Yeah, and I had already been training with him for about 2 years at that point, but I hit him up in John Lampy, and we're just gonna work super hard and prepare for freestyle. So I was working out with Coach Knable, and I was also working out at a place called ETC at the time. I believe it's a club now in Louisville under Nathan Boston.
Nathan, yeah, we're going to be getting with Nathan too, so just think about with that.
Yeah, so I just started working out at both of those places and just started solely focusing on freestyle and Greco. And then I ended up placing 7th in freestyle and 4th in Greco. And so
wow.
I ended up All-Americaning, and then I had a ton of schools reach out to me.
That's what I was going to say. So I'm sure you had after Fargo, you had a lot of coaches reach out. What Coach Ruff at Lindsey Wilson, I'm sure he reaches out, or somebody on his staff reaches out. What was like the drawing power to go to Lindsey Wilson?
I mean, there was a lot. Nick Maupin was like the big reason that I went initially. There was this big guy, 197 pounder, 2-time All-American. You know, I'm like a kid. I was just like trying to find someone to look up to, and like I remember going to their practices because I visited a ton of places. I just remember going to their practices, wrestling with him, and him whooping up on me, and me being like, man, like I look up this guy so much. Like I thought I was good. I was a Fargo All-American, 2-time Fargo All-American, and he just like he made me look sad, and I was like, dude, like I love it. Like he gave me like he was the first person to give me like that, made me feel like a kid. And Coach Ruff had a part to do with me coming to Lindsey. I mean, he's good at talking. If you ever talk to him, he's very persuasive. But like for the most part, it was Nick Maupin, Cole Dodd was there, and it was just the team was there. A guy named Matt Walker was there, so there was a lot of good big guys. And I wanted to be national champ, so I was like, I want to be around good.
I understand.
Big guys. Yeah.
And we, when I say we, the Kentucky Wrestling Officials Association and Coaches Association, we would. Not so much anymore because of the pandemic, and we're trying to find like a more suitable place. But for a couple years in a row, we held the state duels at Lindsey Wilson, and we do weigh-ins in the mat room and stuff. And when you walked into the mat room at Lindsey Wilson, it had a smell.
Yeah.
It just had that recognizable. A lot of sweat, a lot of dreams are made in this mat room. You guys had the dummy over on the wall. You had all your national placers and All-Americans up on your wall and stuff. And I think 2016 I was there, 2019 and 2020. I think that's the only years I was there for Lindsey Wilson at the state duels. But like I said, that weight room, you could just tell, man, a lot of effort had been put into this weight room, or this mat room, I should say. Let's talk about your freshman year of college wrestling. You placed 4th, 2018 heavyweight.
Yes.
Coming into your sophomore season, you're on the podium, you're NAIA All-American. Coming into your sophomore year, do you know next year heavyweight's mine?
Yeah, I was just like, I refuse to not win this upcoming year. I knew, I reflected, and if you've ever been like the position where like you won 3 instead of 4, like it's funny because it happens to a lot of people. It's like there was just this big reflection of all the things that I did wrong, and I was like, okay, I need to man up and take ownership and basically just tighten up and do everything right. Diet was a huge thing, lifting was a huge thing, getting extra practices and stuff. And so my freshman year, after I got 4th, I was like, I'm tightening it up. I'm gonna be the champ. Like I refused to lose, and it didn't work out here.
And refused to lose, you did. Let's go over your bracket here. The 2018-2019 season, of course, you're a heavyweight. The first round, you win a major decision over possibly the best name in the history of wrestling, Bricks Brickley.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bricks Brickley.
Yeah.
Shout out. From Bethany, you won a major decision 19-5. The second round, you wrestle Michael Stan from Concordia. You win a tech fall 18-2. Then going into the quarters, you wrestled the number 8 seed, Sean Beeson from Graceland, not Elvis Presley's home, but Graceland, was it college or?
Yeah, in Iowa.
Iowa. You win a 6-3 decision. The semifinals, you win a tech fall over the number 5 ranked wrestler Jesse Gomez from Missouri Valley, 15-0. Then you get to the finals, number 3 ranked wrestler Corey Walker from Oklahoma City. Now, we're not going to tell you the score. We're going to watch it. Of course, we have the video. I'm sure you've seen these. I pulled these off your YouTube channel.
A million times.
Brandon has a YouTube channel. Go ahead and we'll put it in the description. What's the name of your channel?
Brandon Reed Wrestling and BJJ.
And you also conduct wrestling camps.
I do.
And that's where we're here today. We're at Belfry High School. They're having a camp, and Brandon was good enough with his time to do these 3 videos today. We're in the, the weight room training facility for Belfry here. So we're going to sit down at the computer, and watched a video. Let Brandon kind of talk us through. I watched just a little bit of it, but I kind of wanted I know you win, of course, but I wanted the kind of the factor of, watching along live and just getting, my true reaction of you getting to wrestle. So enough of us talking. We're going to sit down and watch this thing. So, Brandon, what arena is this? Do you remember? If you don't, it's not a big deal. Just curious.
I have no idea. It's in Iowa. It's in, I don't even know where we were, to be honest. I forget. It's been a long time. 4 years.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. So you got Coach Ruff here with you?
Coach Ruff. I have the guy who adopted me, Tom.
Okay.
McKenna. And I have Coach Amir Daniels. That was my personal coach who just helped me put in all the extra work.
Right.
And then Lucas Mioza, who went to Trinity. He was my warm-up partner at Nationals.
So this is the national championship match. Let's hit the space bar, man. Let's go. So we got the music bouncing around, man. What's going through your head right here?
I'm the champ. I've already won.
Hey, that's the way to be.
No doubt. I'm the champ.
There you go. Get a hand slap. Fist bump. What did you weigh in college right here? Do you remember?
238. I remember pretty well. I was a little bit bigger in my last final match, but
Brandon, look like, you look like a star. I mean, you have the look. The singlet is awesome.
It's an awesome singlet. This was my favorite. This is probably my favorite stage that we ever had for the finals.
Yeah, this is awesome right here. Yeah. This is amazing.
I wish they would have stayed. This was the best arena ever, in my opinion. And the last two, I just don't like them. Least favorite match, favorite arena.
I got you. Now, who's filming you here?
Luke Schaefer. He from Ohio County.
Okay.
I think he's their coach, one of their coaches now. But they recorded all of our stuff, so I believe it zooms in. I think so. Yeah.
Now, had you wrestled your opponent before?
No, we were at the same tournament, Lindenwood Open, and he lost before I did.
Okay.
So, but we would have wrestled, but he lost the match right before me, and then I lost that next match.
Oh.
So we got beat by the same guy, actually.
Huh. All right. Whistle blows, national finals. What are we thinking?
He's really big. Don't shoot under him. He is huge. The big thing was
I can tell he's a big dude.
Ginormous. Big thing is he had really good blast doubles, so you'll notice I always keep a hand down, and when he fakes, I lower my hands. I'll always lower my hand.
That's smart.
So I'm always just ready for him to blow through doubles, and his really good throws. He pinned this guy in the semis with an arm spin. So
no kidding.
Yeah, my goal is stay off of him and don't let him shoot on me.
Have you reached out to him since then, or?
No, I don't think he has social media or anything. The other two guys were cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's like an old school type of dude. He's probably 30 now. Honestly, he was an older man.
Yeah. There you go. There it is. There it is. Finish. There it is.
He tried to flip out of it. He was
trying
weird.
to roll. There we go. We got 2 ready. 2. Now, of course, if you don't know, college wrestling, 3-minute first period. 3-2-2.
It's a lot harder.
I was going to say, did that extra minute feel, could you tell it was an extra minute?
At first, when I was a freshman, but then after that first year, I basically adjusted to the college thing, so it became normal. And we wrestled in the practice. We had 2-3 hour grinders.
Oh yeah, I can.
Believe
me, the smell with the aroma of the Lindsey Wilson mat room will let you know there's been some serious rolling going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, when you're locked up with him here, he might be bigger, but are you stronger than him? Do you remember?
So no, he was a bit stronger than me. Mm-hmm. But I do a really good job with my left hand here to mitigate the pressure. And it sounds weird. It's a very technical wrestling thing, but when I collar tie and lift my elbow to the side. So when they try to pull my head down, they're just pulling down on my elbow and not my head. So I never really felt anything on my neck.
And that's why you need to get Brandon to come do seminars at your at your school for your team.
Yeah.
Little things like that.
Yeah, it's super little. He had a really good grip on my wrist though, like a lot of the match. You know, yeah, this first period, I mean, just this match, I was a little too calculated. I think, you know, like I criticized. I should have shot a lot more, but I was scared of the size. There was a lot of risk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, if he got under him, man, I don't know.
He would take me down. There's no doubt. So the goal was to stay on the outside and ankle pick to his left leg, because he kept his left leg pretty hard forward. But he did a really good job after the first initial ankle pick to keep a hand down pretty close to that. And even though he wasn't always having it down, he was aware, you know.
Right.
So it was hard to get off that same shot.
So flip, he defers, you take down. I'm sure that's probably a natural. You're taking down.
Yeah.
What's your go-to stand-up here?
Just basic power position, you know, like sit out power position, come up, clear hands.
We're neutral.
Yep.
So I got it at 3-1.
Yep. Yeah, that's the big thing is just keeping this hand down, like, because he will blast through me. So yeah, the whole time is like, unless we're if we're not touching heads, I need to have my hand down.
No.
My teammates kept telling me, you should have moved more, you should have shot more, and I was like, you shoot under him, man.
Yeah, really?
You shoot under him. It's terrifying. He's probably the biggest guy I've ever wrestled. I mean, Tanner Farmer was pretty big too.
He's, of course, you're louder. You can tell that you're a little bit more nimble than he is.
Yeah.
And I think just watching him, I think he's waiting for you to shoot. He's just waiting to put that weight and drop down.
Yeah, his hips are very far back right now too. That's like another thing people don't think about is like if he was standing up a little bit higher, it'd be very easy to shoot like low singles and stuff. But since his hips are so far back, yeah, try to duck under him. But because his hips are so far back, it's super hard to close that distance before he can have gravity bring him down. So it's like, you got to be a little bit more careful because everyone's like, heavyweight, you can just shoot. And it's like, not if they know what they're doing.
Exactly, not if they know what's going on.
Hips are back, his stomach's going to get there before my hands do.
Yeah,
But he also wasn't taking any risk, which made the match a snooze fest for me.
And that's something with like a lot of guys I've done this series with is off camera or have somebody tell me whatever that somebody's been in the finals before. They was like, don't do anything. Don't try anything. Don't expend any energy. Just go out there and just exist until you see an opening.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just don't know.
Exactly, I'm with you. My goal, and even in this I try to do, is just clearing hands and faking as much as possible, even little fakes.
There you go, you cut him, smart.
Yeah, because I don't want to get, they call stalling fast in college, like very fast, which they should.
Exactly,
They should.
especially in the finals.
Yeah, exactly. We want to see wrestling.
3-2 is what I've got it as. And I don't think he's been hit for stalling yet. I've not seen any stalling calls.
No, I believe I will get hit.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's.
He's got that right there. You think he's going to try to throw you?
Yeah, so he's really good at these throws, so I'm trying to get my form into his throat.
Okay.
But he's doing a really good job of jacking me up, and yeah, no, he's the aggressor right now. You know, 100%. Boom, I clear the hand.
Looks like their coaching staff's trying to get you wanting to hit for stalling.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, looking back at it, I could agree because he was controlling me. He had the center of the mat, and he was controlling the ties at this point. So I mean, they're right. You know, honestly, hate to admit it, they are right. I learned a lot from this match too. That like I can't rely on the ref. You know, it's not their fault. You gotta call what they gotta call.
Stalling. Yep.
I deserved it.
There it is. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yep. Here the goal was I had like 20 seconds left, keep good head position, wait for him to try to throw me, and put him on his back. Like, that was the goal. It was just wait for him to come at me.
Nothing.
Couple seconds left. He tries to do a peek out.
Yep.
And just put him on his back.
Ooh, yep. 2, 1, 2, 3. That's it. And you win that by 5-2, score 5-2.
It's weird because at the end on the scoreboard it says 7-2.
Oh, really?
But then on track it says 5-2. So I really don't know if they gave the back points or not.
That would be the only point of contention whether or not they gave the near fall right there.
Yeah. But this match, like I said, it grinds my gears how I wrestled in this match, and I learned a lot from it. And I feel like my next matches like show that I had, like I did. First time being in the finals.
Now I think this one, does this have the placement on it here? Let's fast forward just a little bit.
I don't think this one does. I know the Farmer one does for sure. I don't think the Hagen one does either.
I thought that one had the podium on it. So this is your first of 3 national championships. You said that probably your least favorite of all the 3.
Yeah, the worst one.
But I mean, that's saying something whenever a national championship is your least favorite. You know, that's my least favorite national championship. I mean, humble brag, but only my least favorite. You know, I just want it. You know, set 5-2, 7-2, whatever the final score was.
Yeah.
So you finished up your sophomore season. Going in, we'll talk about this more in your junior year. But before we get to your junior year, looking ahead, did you already realize or know I'm going to be here again next year?
Yeah, and looking ahead, I was like, how do I separate myself? Not how do I win again, but how do I separate?
Right.
How do I go in with all pins, and all techs, all majors, and that was really it, honestly. But I ended up getting hurt, and so my match was a little bit closer than the next one.
All right, so next video we're going to do, we're not going to do, of course it'll be a separate one, is Brandon's 2019-2020 season. So we'll see you guys in pre-pandemic 2020. We'll see you there.